ኃይለኛ ንፋስ እንዳይመጣ ኃይለኛ ፀሐይ እንዳይጠቃ ድርቅ እንዳይመጣ ወቦ በሽታ እንዳይመጣ ድሮ እንዳይጨፈጨፍ ከዚሁ ጋር ይቤቴ ነው ነፍሴ ነው ይቤቴ ነው እኔ ብቻ ሳይሆን ጠቅላላ የህዝብ ሳምባ ነው።
This is Ethiopia's Sheka rainforest, home to countless plants and animals, and a human population with many stories to tell. From an ancient culture of clan people who've guarded over their land, to a modern population growing, changing rapidly, and consuming their forest. As our Earth's climate changes and Sheka forest dies, the stories of this community are more important than ever. Today, standing side by side, they're writing a new story, a story which they hope will save their forest.
فليقي شيجك بكسيتي هاتشي شو أمونا كبديتي ما أقوي بدوغنا ديتاتي يشو بكاينا ما أقو دوغنا أشو إكنا تكيشونا ما أقو سداتشونا أشي نوري لواتونو ستيكينا جبتاتوني نيتشيا هتي كتكوتينو ديتانو.
Traditionally, the Sheka people were organized into clans, where up to 100 people would live under the guidance of one clan leader. The different clans worked together to uphold their own law and order, a system linked intimately to their forest.
metamona shigiki ashobna obishu muchagata nenamo hayne mitotokki tanaone tikki arona neno gediso hayno manano gediyoti bitamario biyo wotta gondolli yani to dafigata hani se to dafigata arona ne bibezo do ashero no sibeto do yayecho no sibeto dimbaro no wotta no dannon no kashomone no kottibeto.
The ancient stories of the clans have been told and elaborated on for centuries through an ancestral line whose knowledge of this forest is as intimate and sensitive as their place within it.
Bar made mache wakinani kindikino wato se kesikinani attakaraw shekachise maabarna shekachise gosona shekachtatona no kotakki no darnim baro kottiki no bahilon kottiki no gon kottiki nani no giyo wulon bitna tebek bek kisan salata genjado sena taateme to sias kafitatu na kidarga mangisto gishin lagakka ekno di sibetane.
During the 1970s and 80s, the Derg regime, Ethiopia's hardline government of the time, set out to extinguish the clans of Sheka. The stories of oppression are still fresh in the elders' minds.
ቤታቸውን እትቅሸጪው ቢተሪዮና ሃይናካራውኔ ጊደና ኮአቤቅ ሹናውኔ bitipitono dammi tipi ashato asha ishmato betti bul gafrano asho betti katatel ko kara beki yeta beki bul funano beto buti son biyo wuti no mallati betti funano beto no so gafrano ti no ta ono dimbaro no dokka no haimano to no dokka no dokka tunia wahe.
After the onslaught of the Derg regime, traditional people returned to their lives, but their culture had been shattered. Age-old practices of forest protection had been dissolved, and the innate connection with the forest began to be forgotten by the wider community. As the clan struggled to regain their influence, clan leaders feared speaking out. Their voices, their traditions, and their laws diminished, and in their place, something different was emerging in Sheka. The lush, wet climate of Sheka is ideal agricultural land, and as unemployment and the desire for infrastructure have both grown, the doors have been opened to investors, and thousands of hectares of forest land have been replaced with tea or coffee. The damage from large-scale plantations of cash crops has been enormous. Already, more than half of Sheka forest has been destroyed. And as the forest has suffered, the community have been left frustrated. Unemployment has continued to rise, and the promises of new resources such as roads have not been fulfilled.
Bizabba iwagata wotano gatayoli wo barasha wose televizino no bekibetono li radio no kebebetono li barasha wose shawo godda yabeon shawo gribeon kebebetono li arigiro wano yette on tikino wotano shawo no giriye.
I think the first thing that we felt when we came here is an incredible concern of the local people and the local government also for the forest. They want the forest to be protected.
In 2003, the charity Melka Ethiopia were alerted to the rate of deforestation in Sheka. At the government's invitation, they began meetings and workshops with the whole community. Clan leaders discussed their painful history and the disempowerment they now felt. The government outlined the difficulties of managing the expectations and needs of their population whilst trying to safeguard the forest. Marginalized and stigmatized groups described their past and how they felt powerless to change their lives and their dependence on the charcoal from the forest.
Notiti hach dimbare kotto abiyo monano kotte oga no ache kotton abirano kotte toga no gude kotton no dedde kotton abiyo mono kotte tonga gabeno no bitamari hena tamariki bul wonda chobe so dakki no kotti.
What we believe in is to bring everybody to the table and work for the protection of this forest, to really help us understand the forest and help us develop a participatory natural resources management plan. We started mapping the forest. We had an extensive mapping of the whole of the forest. We finished that mapping and we are in the process of developing the plan, the management plan, which the local community and the local government have also participated.
Participatory mapping brings the whole community together to draw and model their land in a way that makes sense to them. Putting information in their hands, the maps help to revive connection to their land and their traditional knowledge. The process allows reflection on what's working and what's not, and on what can be changed. Through the stories and knowledge of the past and the warnings of the present, through sharing, communicating, and being given the time and space to reflect, the community here is beginning to believe in a new chapter for their forest and for their children. Working with the people most reliant on fuel wood, Melka has been teaching animal husbandry, home gardening and beekeeping methods to hundreds of families. These people are now sharing their knowledge with their neighbours and alleviating the pressure on the forest.
أنا بقول تمام أرسم مسرته منا أنا سكزاني بدو تايلور كتير نشونا بدنا عندي ما تودي بجديون ما تنو كدنا كج ما تكوزاتي إكاجين دتسنا إبجين دتسنا دامي كني كرونو ما تو أنا تكمل علي بل أبا وشبرن كمي إكاجين دتسنا إشي دام بانو شيء ما تكوزاتي تكج.
Since creating the maps, Melka and the local government have been working together to truly understand the complex mixture of international, federal and local legislation which supports the protection of the forest.
If we really work with the local government, meaning if we increase their capacity in law enforcement, if we could introduce to them the laws of the country and also international laws to which Ethiopia is party to,
የበለጠ ደግሞ መጠበቁ ለምን እንደምጠቅም የበለጠ ግንዛቤ ያገኙበት እንትን ነውና ቢያንስ ማንንም ሰው አሁን ስለደን ይናገራል ብዬ ነው ማስበው ከዛ ወዲህ ጥሩ ለውጥ አለ።
The clan leaders have been meeting regularly for the first time in decades. In 2007, with the support of Melka, they registered as a legal entity. Now, their association works together with the government, helping to marry traditional and governmental laws and allowing the clans to continue and strengthen their role in forest protection.
Matarasos kililo bedo dekino teritone kililo sino dekki teritone fiqadonos immisone higginna igayawi sewna to dachi tonone otoko kitonone no wattate hach.
People say that it takes everybody to protect this forest, but it only takes 1% to destroy it.